Hi, everybody. I'm Bill Sanders, and this is Watch Art Sci, the art and science of watch collection. Today, what we're going to do is to review Richard's what I call a volcanic collection. I think you'll see why. It starts off as one thing, and then it gets into something very different. So let's get started. Now, these first two watches are from very early times that Richard had, and one was a fossil Tasmanian devil quartz, which was by Warner's brothers, I think, were the ones who owned the company on that, or the rights to the cartoon. The other one is a Tag Heuer 6000. It's 38 millimeter gold steel. It has an ETA 955112 in it. And it's an interesting watch because you've got sort of a steel and gold mixture in there, and it makes for a different kind of watch. I'll put it that way. 38 millimeters is a very good size. Now, this next group of watches are all from Richard's grandfather. And they're mainly from the 1950s, some of them a little later than that. But when his grandfather passed away, some years later, his mom gave Richard all of these watches. And I think they're pretty interesting ones. They tend to be smaller, but that was the size of the watches at one time. First of all is 18 karat gold Tissot. 32 millimeters. Again, like I said, it's pretty small. And it's the perfect dress watch. Time only, nothing else. Clean as a whistle. The next one is a Universal Geneve caliber 265. This is a square one. And again, these are very clean watches. This one has a center second hand, but otherwise it's pretty straightforward kind of watch. These final two that belong to Richard's grandfather, IWC and Universal Geneve, 1972. The IWC, again, very much looking like what a dress watch would look like, other than having the second hand. It's almost perfect for it, and to me it's a very attractive watch. It's sort of a yellow gold dial on it, very light, and a gator strap, very good looking watch. The Universal Geneve, the second one, is 1972. It's caliber 1-42. The thing about this watch is very thin. There's no second hand to lift it up, one more hand width. And this is a watch from that era. Now, other than the Tasmanian devil, I don't think there are any more quartz. Now, this is where the volcano starts to erupt right here. And all of a sudden, bam, here you have a Grand Longa Moonphase. What a watch. It's yellow gold, 40.8 millimeters, 9.5 millimeters thick. Caliber LO9 5.3, champagne dial, 72-hour power reserve, and it's 3 hertz. The thing about this watch is that this is one that they've changed the movement on it, and I like this one. There's a close-up of the movement. One thing that you can tell on a Longa from is that the balance cock always has this elaborate engraving on it, and you can see the base underneath has a very definite perlage, and the pretty good size balance wheel on it. And look at all of the balance weights around that wheel. This is a precise watch, big date, power reserve indicator. What a beauty! This is hand wound. This is my idea of a beautiful, beautiful watch. Really nice. Now, this is in juxtaposition to the grandfather watches and then the early ones. But things get better. This was really a remarkable watch. Langenhein Anton. Now, there are two things about the Anton, this particular one. It uses a caliber 9. And like all of the Langenheim watches. Now, the Langenheim watches are essentially watches that were designed and built by Marco Lang. Lang left Langenheim in, I think, in early 2019. And he's going to be coming out with his own brand pretty soon. But to me, this kind of watch, with the way the wheel train is laid out, each one with its own, what you might call a finger bridge on there. What a watch. It's like a watch taking a lesson in watch school. Up at the top of the movements, the very top to the left and the right, are diamonds. It was on my Langenheim, there's a diamond right on top of the balance wheel. And Marco Lang said, well, that was part of a German tradition. This is so cool. It's really an amazing watch. I don't think, given the way it's set up, I don't know if you could have put the diamonds anywhere else, but if you want diamonds in your watch, this is it. It also has a 1-minute flying tourbillon. And the tourbillon is, it's a 1 minute and then it resets. It goes around for a minute and then resets. And it's what this tourbillon does, and what any tourbillon is supposed to do, is to keep the balance no matter what angle you have it at. And to put it in a watch like this, on the one hand, you can see all of the basic elements of the movement, from the center wheel to the last wheel. I don't know what happened to the escapement and those parts of it, but this is an amazing, really beautiful watch. This was he went to a dealer to get this, and the dealer didn't want to negotiate, so he found a guy in Taiwan who had a brand new one, and he in fact, it was being shipped to him, and he was able to save a significant amount of money by negotiation, something I always advocate. You don't want to, it's not a matter of going toe-to-toe with someone who doesn't want to negotiate. It's simply finding somebody who will, and that's exactly what Richard did. Now, it's hard to say, okay, how do you get better than that? Well, I don't know if you get better, but you have something that's equally amazing, and that's this Woughton Londen Vinge 8. This is my dream watch from Woughton Londen. Beautiful watch. One of the things that I like about Woughton Londen, all of Woughton Londen's speeds the frequency speeds are 18,000 semi-oscillations per hour. 18,000 VPH is usual term for it. But he always has these great big balance wheels. I love big balance wheels because they have the inertia to give it a certain amount of steadiness to it. And I don't know why more watch companies don't use larger balances. I'm sure they have a reason for it. I just think they're great. I mean, when you look at that balance wheel and you look at the little hairspring, under it, it's like that's really some movement. Now, the other part is this incredible guilloche that Kerry Woughton Londen puts on the dials of his watch. It has this free sprung balance with what's called call it the Breguet Grossman balance spiral. So and a rose gold timing weights on the thing. But this watch is just, I mean, it's to me just like boom. This was another one. He's talking about the making the deal on this is that again they had to look around to find somebody who would do a little negotiation. Saved a couple $1,000 on it, and why not? I mean, it's not that it's. I think I have the most respect in the world for Kerry Wooten and for Marco Lang's work, but this is just. I mean, you're talking about way up here kind of prices. On the Langenheim's over 100,000, and on this one, I think it was around 79,000. They were really expensive watches. If you can knock down a few bucks, that helps. Anyway, so this is sort of like this is what I like about Richard's what I call the Volcanic collection. You start off with something simple, and then you get your grandfather's watches, and they're interesting in a historical context for mechanical movements. But then you hit a Longa and then a Langenhein and a Volcanic. It's like I wasn't expecting that. So anyway, well, very interested in your comments and questions you might have. And this is, as always, this is an invitation to subscribe if you'd like. And in the meantime, this is Bill Sanders for Watch Art Side, the art and science of watch collection.